I know what you're going to say after you saw my thumbnail for this video. Angie, you've gone mad. We're not even done with the first month of the year and you're already willing to die on this hill called Medalist. Please explain this madness. Well, don't mind if I do, dear viewer. You see, I've been watching anime for more than a decade now. I've been doing YouTube for 4 years now. But the most important experience I've obtained throughout this journey is when I realized last year what kinds of stories I like best. For most of 2024, I've been struggling to construct a new identity for myself. By identity, who I really am, what do I believe in, what is my religion, where does my heart want me to go, what are the things that I like and dislike, and what exactly is my nature as a person. It was a gruesome time. I cried a lot by myself as I fought alone in my head to answer these questions. But thank God I've had most of these questions answered by now. So, what kinds of stories do I like best? For me, I really love children's stories. What do I mean by this? Are any of you lads familiar with J.R.R. Tolkien? You know, the most esteemed professor who wrote The Lord of the Rings, The Hobbit, The Silmarillion, and many more within that legendarium. He's perhaps my favorite author of all time, and one of his beliefs that resonated with me so much was his take that children's stories shouldn't be sanitized. You know how in most Disney films these days, there's barely anything offensive in them, and it's all quote-unquote family-friendly? That's what sanitation looks like. When I was a child, I've read stories like Beowulf and The Three Little Pigs. You're probably thinking that it's weird that I put Beowulf and The Three Little Pigs in the same sentence. What you don't know is that the version of The Three Little Pigs that I read was the one where the wolf literally ate two of the pigs. Most versions of the story today do not show that part. Publishers would have them changed to something where none of the pigs died. But for me, that's just infantilizing children from the things that they have to know as they grow up. I grew up knowing that Beowulf died fighting the dragon, and it was Wiglaf who managed to defeat the dragon in the end despite his initial cowardice. The commonality between these two stories is that both of them were still able to tell us positive messages without getting rid of the ugly things that one has to experience. For me, I just love stories that are capable of uplifting us as people. Before watching the first episode of Medalist, I had zero knowledge about the story. But when I saw what kind of story it was going to be, my mind was already yelling at me to call Medalist as the anime of the season. When I saw the second episode, I was already conflicted if I should call it my anime of the year. But after episode 3, my mind and heart was set. I know what I'm looking at. I know what a beautiful story looks like. Medalist, despite the target audience is that of young adults given the seinen tag, I believe that Medalist is actually a children's story written with the same spirit as Tolkien's works, Beowulf, and The Three Little Pigs. There was never a moment in Medalist that it tried to sanitize the truth regarding figure skating. And every step of Inori's journey so far, she was met with negativity, much like in real life. But that never stopped her and her coach, Tsukasa, to push on with their aspirations, and to do so with a degree of authenticity that everyone should strive to have. There's a lot of positive messages in Medalist, and the best part about these messages is that they just showed up as a side effect of writing a story that respects its audience. And that is why I'm calling Medalist as my anime of the year, despite having 11 months more to go. So yeah, until next time then everyone.